Hey guys, welcome back to another Apex Legends video here. There's a huge change in the game coming up. The devs just released the patch notes for the upcoming aftermarket collection event, and we're going to dig into them, discuss a little bit, and Juko's going to show the video here.
All right, let me put it on my screen. So as you guys know, the crossplay beta, they're calling it, I think is a way in case it doesn't run smoothly that they're calling it a beta so they can, file out the kinks with it. But crossplay is here. It will be here very soon before you know it. I'm excited so we can play with our console friends. So we'll go ahead and get into this video. As you guys know, there is also a caustic heirloom finally. I have this video playing at 2x speed just because I want, you don't need to watch the entire 25-minute video. We're going to give you the Cliff Notes version of it right here, right now. All right, so as you guys know, there is a new limited time game mode. It is going to be called with flashpoint zones. There's also an always be closing ring that's going to be happening with this. It's pretty neat. I'm excited because they've been recycling the limited time game modes, so I'm happy for a brand new one actually for once. I have the video playing in 2x speed because really there's a lot more info than what you really need to know from this. But well done designers and video editors and developers. As you guys know, the biggest thing, probably the best news overall, is the crossplay. Crossplay, console and Xbox and PS4 are going to have true crossplay. They'll be able to completely play together, which is amazing. And if there's a PC player in their lobby, they can then choose to come play into the PC lobbies. They're not going to automatically be in PC lobbies unless there's a PC player. They said, again, this is for obvious reasons, just due to just movability, I would imagine, between mouse and key versus console players. But I'm super excited. I think ranked will be crossplay for consoles, what it sounds like. They'll have true crossplay. Might want to fact check me on that, but that's what it sounds like. And it will automatically be on for console to crossplay. And then when Steam gets added later on, that'll help that out also. So anyway, the crossplay beta coming soon. I think tomorrow is when it comes out.
Yeah.
All right, and then we also have this Flashpoint limited time game mode. This is going to be really cool. So there's going to be these areas, these little bubbles you see orbs around the map. Those are the only places where you actually heal. The always be closing ring will always close on one of these final circles. So it'll make for some really awesome, interesting final zone gameplay. And especially with the updates in the patch notes that are coming out with Pathfinder, I think Andrew's going to hopefully have some amazing, amazing clips. So there's no heals. No band-aids, no shields, heals at all on the map. The only place you heal are in these flashpoint zones. The ring's going to also always be closing. So finally, we're not having a recycled limited time game mode. We are having a brand new game mode. I think this is cool. I'm looking forward to it. We haven't had a new game mode probably in this game in like a year, I feel like. So This will be awesome. It'll make for some really interesting, like we said, the final zone is always going to land on one of these flashpoints where you heal. And I think you know exactly where it is right when you land. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed this. I'm going to pause the screen real quick. Do you see in the top right, FPS 60, latency 1 ms, IN 11, loss 0, choke 0, out 0. That's a new little overlay you're going to be able to add to your screen. So that's kind of neat. So you can see how smoothly your game is running. So that's a new like little layover that they're going to have in-game settings that you can add. I like that. A small feature, but a little feature nonetheless. They did add a few little things like that to the game. Another thing too is if you see better loot that one of your teammates doesn't have, something else will pop up on your screen to make it easier for you to ping. Now we have cosmetics. As you guys know, we talked about this in our last video. The cosmetics are amazing. I think this Wraith skin is beautiful. I kind of want to be that for Halloween. The Rev one is awesome. Octane looks great. I love these colors. They kind of stay true to the season 6 theme with bright colors. He looks like a biker. He looks like such a biker dude like this, they were saying. I love the Gibraltar skins are great too. Transformer biker. And then let's see. I'm going to fast forward through this to save you guys the trouble. As you know, finally, we got a caustic heirloom for Dr. Caustic. I apparently learned in the dev stream today that he is a doctor. I didn't know that. And of course, another creepy, creepy caustic skin to add, the Death Hammer. All right, we're going to move forward a little bit and talk about some of the updates. They did change the Bloodhound. They said his when he was in his Eye of the Allfather, you could scan every 6 seconds. That was a little bit too fast. So now it's going to be every 8 seconds you'll be scanned. So when you scan, it lasts 4 seconds. Then you'll have 4 seconds of just blindness like all the other legends, and then you'll be able to scan again. Rampart got an update. I don't remember what it was. Oh, you know how when you first shoot her Sheila, it kind of goes all wonky before you can narrow on someone? The Sheila's point is to be defense, to hold a location. it's kind of weak. It's not as strong as it should be. I mean, it's so easy to break the shields down in the Sheila, and she's stuck still when you're on it. It's going to be a little bit more precise right from the start, the Sheila will be. So hopefully they want you to try to get a kill with it. And there's Miss Beautiful Loba. Loba's getting a unique update too. Andrew, this one's kind of cool. As you know, we kind of said Loba's really just pretty to look at, and that's about it. But her ultimate, when she lands now, is going to be charged at 50%. So that'll help her with her team. So within 45 seconds of landing, she'll be able to quickly show where the loot is in a pretty big point of interest area. So makes her a bit more viable if loot is like, you know, that big of a deal. I like that. That helps. Loba needs help. Rampart needed help. They weren't picked that often. So the Black Market Boutique, like I said, she's going to land. It'll be 50% charged. So within 45 seconds, she should be able to use that right away on the drop and get you guys those final attachments or whatnot onto your guns, hopefully, that you didn't already have. And then we're getting into some of the big updates here. As you guys know, Wraith is my favorite. Wraith is the best. She does do that Natura run. She runs leaning over with her arms out. She's amazing. They can keep nerfing all of her abilities. They make it take so much longer for her to get into the void. She's still amazing. So they're changing now how Wraith is running. I think they did a side-by-side with it somewhere. And they were kind of hesitant to do it, but here you go as a side-by-side. You can see the original, how she runs with her arms out, and then the update. So she's going to be a couple inches higher, so she will be easier to hit now when she's relocating. I know Andrew's super happy about this because he always complains how hard Wraiths are to hit.
So this is the juicy stuff I wanted to get into with the video. Wraith, I've said since Season 1 that she would be the most used character even if she had no abilities. So like literally her hitbox is so small and her running posture is so low that if she had no abilities alone, her hitbox and her movement with her tiny little run is so strong. And she had the best abilities as well. She could go completely immune to damage and turn invisible. And she could make the best movement, team movement ability in the game. So not only was she the best hitbox, the best movement, and the best abilities, it was just insane, and everyone knew it. I mean, obviously she's been the highest usage rate by far. So yeah, they need to do stuff. This will help. Obviously, she's gonna be running more upright. As a Pathfinder, it's been super frustrating when you're like running into a fight. You turn a corner with your shotgun, and you go to pull the trigger, and literally the Wraith is on like squatting on the ground while running at you full speed, and you pretty much almost miss the shot every time unless you hesitate and pull down.
All right, that's enough complaining. Wraith is going to be standing and running more upright now. We'll see how it feels.
It's just silly how
I
strong
still
she's
think
been.
Wraith is going to be my bae, and she will be highly used. Let's get into the juicy stuff now. Mr. Pathfinder mains.
Yeah.
Super excited like Andrew. This is actually a really well done buff to Pathfinder. I think this is interesting. They've been complaining Pathfinder used to have that 15-second grapple. Pathfinder's grapple now is going to be adjusted based off of the distance of your grapple. I think that's brilliant, actually. Really well done. So you now have the ability to still do these massive, huge grapple slides, bouncing off stuff on the way. And if you do a massive grapple, yeah, you need to wait 35 seconds before you can do another massive grapple. If you do a little baby grapple and you just need to quickly go to someone from one to the other or quickly get up on top of a building, you can have your grapple back as quickly as 10 seconds. So when you're grappling, you'll have an indicator and a notice of how big your grapple is and how fast your cooldown will be for your next one. And I think they show that here in the video in a second. But
yeah,
I think that's awesome.
So what they've done, essentially, the grapple used to be 15 seconds, which is in between kind of where the ranges are now. So now you can get as low as a 10-second cooldown and as high as a 35-second cooldown. So,
which is where it is now. This is huge for Pathfinder.
So this is a massive buff.
See, there we go. With that length grapple, that was a 12-second cooldown.
This is a massive buff for people that are really good at grappling. For example, like in a fight, I'll be able to just basically pop out 10-second cooldown
10-second
grapples,
grapple,
like all over the place. So I'm gonna be flying around. I'm not sure this is gonna be too overpowered. I think this is probably gonna be too strong. I think they probably should have just reduced. They should have made him not low profile and maybe made the grapple like 25 seconds or 20, maybe somewhere in the middle.
I think you're going to have to, this is going to make the skill ceiling for Pathfinder even higher, because in a fight, especially with this limited time game mode in these flashpoint zones where you're going to be constantly healing, or however often it is, Pathfinder I think is going to make some really interesting plays and clips if you can just do little quick movements with your grapple and keep having it back every 10 to 15 seconds. I'm excited to see, because they said these flashpoint, especially with this new game mode, it's going to make it so it's going to take a long time to kill someone, because it's so freaking fast with how quickly everyone's healing.
Yeah.
So with Pathfinder moving around, being able to quickly finish off somebody, it's going to be quite interesting to see. I hope I can witness some amazing Pathfinder plays from all the mains.
A 10-second cooldown on any grapple, I think, is probably going to be overpowered.
We'll see. It might be a mistake grapple or something that's as small as a 10-second, but we should see. We'll see how quickly it is. We'll have to do. We'll do a new grapple video, and then Andrew, I think you should come up with defensive grapples and then offensive grapples, the fast ones when you're in a fight. So we'll break them all down, and Andrew will teach you guys how to do your offense grapples, have it fast, and then your defense grapples.
Yeah. I want to look at one thing over here.
Sure.
I got one thing here. Just more info on the Wraith Pathfinder issues. So obviously Wraith, like I said, her hitbox is just ridiculous compared to the other people. For example, these are the measurements on the hitbox. As you can see, I don't even have to read out the numbers. It's insane. So like, for example, if you're a Wraith and you're fighting a Pathfinder inside of a building, it is not a fair fight. It just is not. And a Pathfinder can't grapple when he's inside of a building that's worth anything. So, all the Wraith like highlight videos where they're wall bouncing 360, like just wrecking everybody. You do have to keep in mind and maybe settle yourself down and realize that your hitbox is tiny and you run with your face dragging on the ground.
All right. You're on a rant now, but so, we get the point.
Yeah. I mean, come on, guys. It's
we anyone.
There's gonna be. I'm just saying. There's gonna be a lot of backlash. A lot of Wraith people pissed off.
No.
But you need to pare it down a little bit.
No one's gonna complain more than the Pathfinder mains complained when the Pathfinder had his nerf. The Wraith mains dealt with all their nerfs, nerfing her to the ground, and Wraith mains are still Wraith
but
mains.
Pathfinder's ability was
no one's saltier than a Pathfinder.
Pathfinder's ability to grapple was the reason he can exist with a massive hitbox and low profile combined.
All right. Well, let's not forget
that's the whole reason he can exist, because he can grapple
season
everywhere.
0, 1, and 2.
A Wraith with the best abilities, the smallest hitbox, and a ridiculous run animation.
Now, Wraith still does. If you hit her in the arm, it counts as a body shot. So Wraith does have some ability. I mean, Wraith does have some things against her. She definitely does. Let's not forget these things. But anyway, getting back,
it's disgusting.
And away from the Pathfinders complaining, there are, like I said, a couple things that will. I think this is awesome. When you have an Evo shield, especially not with blue, but with purple, and you need 350 more damage until one in a box is full health, but you only need maybe 75 damage till your purple shield is going to level up to red. This will quickly let you know now if you're going to swap a shield, if it's worth the swap. It will tell you how much more damage is needed on it. So in this instance, I would rather take the full 85 if I'm in the middle of a fight, even just knowing I'm going to get that extra 35 damage quickly.
Cool.
So that's a good update. They did another update. I just don't want it to get in the way. That's what I'm worried about. Who cares about the music? They did that too. But this is neat. I already talked about that earlier. It's another thing you can add onto your overlay. The helping your legends loot, your fellow teammates loot a little bit, but that's a non-issue too. But anyway, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Weapon update, they did do a couple of those things too. Weapon update, triple take's going to be a little bit slower. Triple take is so annoying when you're in the middle of a fight against a team or two, and then you have someone across the map up on a mountain a mile away just with a triple take, which is way too accurate, way too fast, way too big a mag shooting at you. And then I think it was the triple take, and then the Devo and the Spitfire. The LMG guns, they hipfire too accurately. Now, I thought the hipfire on the Spitfire was trash, but that's the point of an LMG. You use an LMG because it has a huge mag, and at medium range, it's supposed to be pretty strong. It's supposed to not be strong at hipfire. The reason why you would hipfire an LMG is because you stand almost completely still when you are using an LMG. So here's a Devotion, for example. He's aiming down sights with this right now, just kind of letting it spray so you can see the recoil on that gun, and then he's going to show you hopefully here where the hipfire is with it. So they're going to make the hipfire a little bit harder for the LMG guns in the game. Okay. Which I think is a fine update. So
that's
again,
fine. LMGs are trash.
LMGs are trash, so you shouldn't really
they're trashier now.
I think so too. So anyway,
I got one more thing. There is an elephant in the room that they have not addressed yet, and I think it's a huge, huge issue for super high-end Apex, and that is they need to do something now. Okay, they're addressing the character imbalances, and I think they're doing a great job of it. There needs to be some addressing of aim assist on controller. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's the elephant in the room at the super high echelon. It's very awkward. You're giving someone better aim because of their lack of movement. That's a very fine line you're dancing between there. I would wager to bet the super high-end controller pros would be as good as at aiming without aim assist than a keyboard and mouse player. They're so finely tuned, those players. They're using like a claw grip. They have like these extended thumb buttons. They have these specialized controllers. This is not like some kid sitting on a couch with a trash like Xbox controller that's like got like stick wobble and stuff. These players they've got like thousands of hours into these super finely tuned controllers, and it's just an issue. It's just an issue. I think that's the next thing that needs to be addressed. I don't think they should turn aim assist off by any means, but that is the elephant in the room that I hear a lot of people talking about, especially in the Apex community. So now that we've got characters that are going to be on an even plane, I'd like to see them talk about the aim assist a little bit, especially now since we're going to have console in the mix, and console has even stronger aim assist on controller than PC. So that's where I'm at with that.
I have nothing to say on that. I learned how to play on mouse and key, and I've tried a controller, and controller feels terrible to me. I can't kill. I have 15,000 or 20,000 kills on mouse and key, and I have 0 kills.
Just a really
on
good
controller.
discussion. No one wanted to talk about how good Wraith was, and now they're paring it down.
I personally don't think it's OP. I think controller feels terrible. I think mouse and key is far superior in my opinion, and I think they do need some type of aim assist
I think it's the elephant in the room.
They turn around so slowly. Their 360s look like they're in slow motion. Like, I don't think it's an issue, honestly. I just know that I need to keep my distance if I'm playing against a controller player team. I will just try to not barrel stuff them.
It's the elephant in the room, and just like Wraith, I think it needs tweaking. So that's that. That's all I got for this video.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We're live every single night. We're gonna go ahead and get live right now on Twitch. So if you don't, if you have some time, we're live every single night, usually around 8 or 9 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we have our Juka Bowl, our kill race tournament every single week still. We're looking to move it over to Warzone here very soon, or to add Warzone into the mix. We've been enjoying playing Call of Duty also. Apex is an amazing game, but we just wanted to add a little bit more. I think this might spark our interest back a little bit with Apex, with these new updates and events that they have going on with the game. I'm excited. But again, if you want to know more about the kill race tournament that we host, it's $375 every week. We do have private lobbies too, and it supports female gameplay because you have to have one female on every single team. But we're His and Hers Live. I'm Judy or Juka, Andrew over here, and we hope to see you guys again soon.
Cool. Peace out, guys.